What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Goal 60. So yesterday we had a great day going 4-1 with our official plays. The unofficial plays only have one loss there as well. We also cashed in a B bet on an unofficial play yesterday and with the Angels, and we look to build on that today, get these two official B bets completed, and we also have one unofficial B bet today. So 3 total games to talk about in this video. I also want to take a little bit of time and talk about money management since we've got a little extra time today to do so. So stay tuned for that after we get done talking about the games. So yesterday we'll start off with all the official plays. What a roller coaster of emotions as we got started with another loss. We had that loss on Thursday with the Orioles, and then we had a day game yesterday with the Mariners. And they just go down quick. They're down 6-1 after 2 innings. And then they fought back, take the lead, only to give it back up late in the game and lose and force us into a B bet. And then of course, I'm down on everything. I'm kind of ticked off about how it's going. And then it just started falling into place. And the rest of the day went great. We had 4 straight winners to finish the day. And, a couple of them late in the game. I don't know what's up with these bullpens. Like the Milwaukee bullpen gave up several runs there in the 8th and the 9th. The Diamondbacks, of course, they were up big, but they did give up quite a bit of runs there at the end of the game. I don't know what's up with these bullpens right now. I don't know if they're just trying to adjust and get in rhythm and try to adapt to what their assignment is or what they're doing, but it's just not the same as what it has been in the past. But either way, really good day. Luckily, we had some big leads there late last night. That gave us a little bit of a cushion for those runs that the other team would get. We had, like, the Diamondbacks were a run line play. At one time, they were early in the game. I think the first inning they were down 1-0, or maybe the second inning they were down 1-0. They come back. They score 14 straight runs. They're up 14-1. And then as the game went on, they kind of took their foot off the pedal. They're late and let some runs be scored on them. So nothing to scare you there. As far as the others, the Dodgers came through for us. They jumped out to a big lead. They gave up a few runs there late in the game, including like a home run in the 9th inning, that kind of stuff, but really controlled the game throughout. The Rays jumped out. They held 4-0 for a long time and then let the Giants actually score 2, but then put up another to win 5-2. So a solid win there. That's more what we'll see throughout the year is those lower scoring a lot more than you have like the last couple of days where you've had 14-12, 10-9, things like that. You'll have, of course, these pitchers will get in more rhythm. They're pulling them quite early right now, and that does make sense some because it's early in the season. You don't want to get somebody's arm hurt this early in the year. But with that said, that's how all the official plays went. The unofficial plays, they did okay. St. Louis was the only loser. It was an A bet yesterday. The only B bet and unofficial were the Angels. They did come through for us, winning last night. The other unofficials, the Phillies were -162, just right outside of official play status. They won. The Braves were also -162, right outside of official. They won. I think they actually won 4-0, so they shut out the Marlins. So solid day yesterday as far as the leans that the system, the algorithm really put out. Today we've got 3 games, and I will go ahead and start with those now. So today we've got that leftover B bet that was a loss on Thursday with the Orioles. And it is on the run line once again. On Thursday, we had even money, so we're only looking to win 2 units. And literally, guys, just like I said yesterday, on these B bets, you're looking to win what you lost plus what you originally set out to win. So, like, the reason I said 2 units because we set out to win the 1 unit, and it was an even game, so we lost 1 unit on that game. Today, it's -110 on the run line. So we will be taking the Orioles to win 2 units on the run line -110. The second official play is from yesterday. It is the Mariners. Hopefully they can come out to a better start. They had 3 errors in the first inning yesterday and then really leveled off for a while. Fought back, like I said, gave it up late. But when you give up 6 runs in the first 2 innings and have 3 errors, it's tough even with a comeback to finish that game off, because you're going to give up a run or something late in the game. But it was just tough for us. Today they're minus 110. They're a pick 'em. Some books that you may be using may have it as a nickel line, so it may be minus 105. That makes sense to shop around if you can. But if you can't, they're pick 'em. It looks like everywhere just about. They may be a slight favorite as the day goes on, just simply because they are the better team in my opinion and per the RPI and all. So they're looking to win 2.28 units. Yesterday they were minus 128. So you take the 1.28 units that you had to risk, and we lost. Add that to what we were looking to gain yesterday. The 1 unit means today we need to win 2.28 units. The only unofficial is that St. Louis play. I don't know what the line is, but I know they're trying to win 2.7 units. They were a little heavier juiced yesterday and did lose to the Padres. So if you're on that, you are looking to win 2.7. So that's all I've got as far as games. If you will stay with us on this video, we'll talk about money management a little bit and kind of what we've seen in the past on these systems, and kind of, especially if you're new, to kind of set your unit size and don't let it be such a large piece. So I'll get into that now. So kind of what I wanted to talk about with money management is, and you'll hear me talk about that throughout the season, to me, the two biggest components of anything that I do with my systems are, one, the RPI. That's my basis. That's my power ranking. That's how I get a standard baseline of what teams are compared to other teams. 2 is money management. You can't get overexcited when you do really well, and you can't up that, just too aggressively on your unit size. You can't get jump ship when you do go through those valleys. For instance, the best example I can say for this is last year, right in the middle of the season, I think it was in June, we had a Friday where we had 6 plays and we lost all 6. Now, I felt like crap, of course, and then we turn right around on Saturday and we go 6-0 on all the B bets. So you go 0-6 on Friday, turn right around on Saturday, and go 6-0. So what I'm saying there is, you can't jump ship just right after you get started. It won't do any good. It's just like stocks, and the public generally owns stocks, love to jump off when the sky's falling. They love to get on too late when the stocks are going up. Same thing here, same principles. You have to be able to ride those peaks and valleys, because I promise you, if you can do that over the course of the season, we will have a greater return than what we have on, a daily thing. I guess what I'm saying, there will be a positive ROI, or however how you want to look at that. It's very important to set that unit size, keep it consistent, and go up. Now, I have had this done 2 ways. I've had people, including myself, do a unit size of just a unit of whatever it is, set it at the start of the season, and don't change it throughout. I've also seen people go off percentage. That seems to be more of a popular thing to do. Makes sense. You are starting to press those winnings as the season goes on, but you're not pressing them to the extent of being out of control. And you also, with that way, you're also taking less of a loss as the season goes on. So let's say, for instance, if you're going to do percentages, you do what you want. This is all your bankroll. But just as from what I've seen, a good number is between 1% and 2%. Now, I know that feels low, but you got to see, yesterday we had 5 plays. If all 5 of those had lost, we would be looking at 6 total B bets today. So yes, 1% to 2% for starting unit is not very large, but you've got to look at, this is a chase system. You've got to be able to account for those days, that don't go our way, and we've got a lot riding the next day. You've got to be able to do that. So 1% or 2% works great, and that way, let's say you're using 1% and it is $10. It comes out to $10. That's just a good round number. Well, let's say we had a good week. Next week, that 1% may be, $11 or $11.50 even, something like that. On the flip side, let's say you start out with $10 this week as your 1%, and we didn't have a good week, and next week it's $9.50 or $9. See, that's how you using that percentage rule is a pretty good thing to do, simply because you press those winnings up as things are going great. When you have those valleys and things are not going that great, you do get that where you're kind of limiting your loss a little bit less than if you held a straight unit. Now, personally, I kind of like doing a straight unit and then evaluating every so often. So I will start with a straight unit now, and I carry that for a couple months, and I evaluate where we're at, and then I set another unit and I go forward with that. It's just personal preference. All I'm saying is the key of all what I'm talking about is money management, not throwing a unit at this play, 3 units at this play because you like it. You got to think the public generally is wrong. And I'm not saying you don't know what you're talking about. I'm not. But if the public's generally wrong and you're feeling really good about a play, even with the numbers we've done, and that play loses, you're going to feel terrible the next day and you're going to try to gain it all back. And this is already chases. We're already chasing. But you're going to try to gain it all back. Plus some, on top of what we're already doing, it could get out of control in a hurry. Don't do that. Set your unit size, stick with it, whatever that process may be for you, whether it be percentage or just sticking to a generic unit and going with it. Either way, stick to it, keep your game plan. And I would say that even if, let's say, if you're following these videos and you like what's going on and you're playing what I'm giving out, and also you're doing a couple games on the side, maybe you're doing a couple totals that you like, keep that unit size. I'm telling you, it will. From what I've done my research in the years that I've done this in football and baseball, keeping that unit size helps throughout the season. I don't like these folks that do a 1%, 2%, 3% play, or 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit plays. I don't like that, just because everybody could feel really good about one game and be completely wrong, and the game they didn't feel that great about, they turn out to win. And really, you didn't break even. You've lost a couple units because that game you felt really good about, you had 3 on it. If you stay consistent and you have one of those 1-in-1 days, you've canceled yourself out. You learn from your mistake, you move on the next day. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I really appreciate you watching this video. Have a great Saturday, and I'll see you in the morning. Please give it a thumbs up, like it, share it. Tell your friends about it. Do everything like that. Comment on it. Hit me up on Twitter at @thegoal60. Thanks, and I'll see you tomorrow.
60% of the time, it works every time.